less fantastic.
This should be all right. How about now, guys? We good? Probably looks better too, I'm sure. Can I zoom out? Yes.
Jose, can you hear us?
Too close?
Way better, he says.
Okay. How's
Way
that?
smoother.
All right. I tell you, try to use all the good technologies and it just becomes more of a pain in the ass, chat. We appreciate y'all for being here. Let me see the new sellers.
Go out and come back into the room, and it should refresh your screen.
Let's hope. Maybe I should zoom in a little closer. I think it should be there. What up, Shep? Bam, just like that, right, Jose? I think we're going to stay kind of close up like that. Seems a little simpler since we're not doing a whole lot today. All right, that was wicked hard, chat. Wicked, wicked hard. We appreciate y'all coming in. We'll let a few more people come in. We'll put up a givey here for y'all. And then we'll kind of get this show started. We didn't mean instantaneous, Yeti.
You didn't?
We didn't mean instantaneous. All right, so I don't have OBS on. I'm going to put some music on chat. Alexa, play Kimber. So how is everybody? What up, King One Collectibles? Flash, Splash, welcome in. I love it. BA87. Welcome in. Oh, Casey, you wouldn't believe all the cards that Breaking Wax Trading has. I have so many cards. And tonight we're not selling anything. We do this once a month. We try to help new sellers on the back end. So we do this on our own free time, obviously. But definitely tune in to Breaking Wax Trading. Give us a follow and bookmark the shows. We're always doing something different. Next week, this Friday, I think we're doing some WNBA. So that is a ton of fun. Dave, welcome back, my friend. Welcome in, chat. So who is new sellers in here? Let me see those new sellers. Let me see an emoji for you sellers. I'm going to come on in on this side of things, see if I can go into my own show, can I? That's right, I can read chat. Oh, shit. All right, chat. What's everybody doing? We're going to get a givey up. We're going to do the end of show givey. We're going to send out the hits only. We are going to get into the back end of whatnot. If I'm going to need... We're going to have to use Yeti's profile on this. We appreciate you all coming in. Hang tight with us. We will give a quick tutorial on... Who knows? I may need a tutorial. Sign out of this damn account. Right.
Welcome in, chat. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for popping in tonight.
No. Serious technical difficulties on this back end chat. Right. Can y'all see that? We're live. We are live, chat. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start... welcome in, Joe. We are going to start... Well, this is supposed to be Yeti's profile, is it? It is not. Let's see. All right, for my new sellers. Molly, welcome in. Can you guys all see this? We're getting blurry, aren't we? There we go. Am I going to have to zoom out, I think?
I'm still trying to solve the puzzle to get back into what.
To solve a puzzle to get into whatnot, chat. All right, chat. This is getting ridiculous. Where's the other stand? The phone stand. It's in Yeti's room. I can't capture this without it getting blurry because of all the shit in the background.
Keep your camera down.
Down. Okay, chat. How about that?
So, nice little tip, right?
All right, chat. All right, all right.
So you're using that one?
Yeah, it just seems easier. I'm going to go look for the other card stand.
Chat, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Apologize for the technical difficulties and the fact that this always seems to happen on our shows. I truly believe it is because we run at prime time and everybody's on the bandwidth around the neighborhood, sucking up our energy and our livelihood. Here's CW.
Sucking the lives, chat. All right. Seems simpler. So we did have this planned for OBS. So it would have been a nice little tutorial on OBS. But now we're going to do it kind of the hard way, and the way everybody does it. Most people work off their phone. Welcome in, everybody. And so what we're basically going to do is kind of show you how to set up shows. Right, it's important to set up a plethora of shows so people can bookmark those and follow you. And so if you see, I have lots of shows set up, but we're going to set up some more shows just to kind of show you guys. Let me see this last date I have. 28. So basically, you're going to go to your Sellers Hub chat down here to the 4 dots at the bottom. Nope, that's not correct, is it? Son of a.
That gave you a puzzle.
Nope, that's not correct either. Yeti's account's different. Who the hell is that? Hang on. Why does it have me signed out of Yeti's account? Oh, we are a mess. I'm about ready. Carry, girl. Cousin Bob, welcome in.
You want
We are a mess,
CW
chat.
account?
Yes.
Sure why you signed out.
I love your new logo. It's fantastic, girl. All right. Oh, chat, that was difficult for a second. All right.
Keeps taking my monitor, chat.
Okay, thumbs up. Can we all see this really good? Make sure y'all get that giveaway. And at the end, we're going to do a end of show givey. We're going to send the hits only out of a hanger box of NFL. It's going to be Optic NFL. So basically, if you're a new seller, it's real important to set up multiple shows so people know that you're on and when you are on. And so it basically, when they bookmark it, you'll see this little bookmark here, when they go live. And so to schedule a show, you basically go to your schedule show right at the top corner. Cousin Bob, let's go, girl. Congratulations. You're going to name your show. I always recommend to name your show something that's similar to what it is you're doing. So if you're doing WNBA, then you're going to list WNBA. If you're doing V Friends, then list the V Friends, what it is that you're doing. That way, when people are searching on whatnot, searching WNBA shows, it pulls up your show for them to see. And so definitely name your show. And so I'm going to name mine WNBA, right? Oh. That's the Ask Thumbs chat. We're going to start my shows, this particular show in December because I have a ton of shows already set up. So I run on Fridays. I run at 6:22. 22 for CC chat, 22 for Caitlin Clark. You're going to add your moderators if you have moderators. I think it's really important if you do have moderators to put them in there. That way they're all the time. And so this button here, chat, does not repeat. We're going to click on that button. We're going to want this to repeat weekly. And as you can see here at the bottom, let me go ahead and tip this up a little bit so you can see better. It gives you the option if you want to run daily. A lot of people run daily, weekly, or monthly. I run weekly, 1 time a week. And so then I'm going to come down here and you can set your shows to 10. You can do 10 weeks. I advise you do that, even if you have to change the times and change it around, or maybe you can't hit that certain Friday that you have scheduled. You can go in there and change that date and still hold all those bookmarks. So it's real important to put those 10 shows up so you can garner bookmarks. When you have bookmarks, it helps the algorithms when people are looking for you and searching for, per se, WNBA, right? It's going to pull up your show on whatever day that they are looking. Um, they have one show, right? So every 10 weeks, one show. Right here, you're going to add your thumbnail. So if you just leave it as it is, it's going to load your logo that you have up on your profile. Otherwise, you can add a thumbnail. Right here, you can add a video. A lot of people add videos. I sometimes do, depending on the show. So basically, it's going to default to my logo. Right? So primary category, really important that you're in the correct category. So if you're doing basketball singles or a basketball break, you definitely want to hit that correct category. If you're going to be selling some slabs and maybe some graded cards and new releases, just hit 3 of those. That way it can help with those algorithms and those searches, chat. Shipping settings, super uber important that you set up your shipping settings in these shows. This is what's going to help with if you are giving away one card, you're going to put it in a single mail white envelope. This is where you're going to do that. So you're going to do domestic shipments. You're going to click on this first class mail letter right there. You're going to come down here to USPS flat rate boxes. So now you have your first class mailer set up. So if somebody comes and buys one card, it's going to show the shipping and they're only going to pay for the shipping of one card. It can go in a white mail envelope and that's it. So one card, one coffee card, a sticker, something of that nature. Hang on, chat. Super important when you are doing, this is super important right here for when you are doing giveaways. You're giving away one card. You'll end up paying the 79 cents instead of the $4.34. It must go in a white envelope, a plain white envelope, and be small enough to go through the machine, like a sticker, one single card, one coffee card, right? So then you're going to put those on. You're going to save these settings right here. You're going to come down here to shipping costs. Most people, we have done polls that people will stay in your show and buy more if you have maxed out shipping. We put it at $9.21 because that will cover a flat rate box. And so a lot of times, I'll have buyers come in and they'll buy a ton of cards or getting a ton of breaks. And we make sure that everything's packaged up really well and put it in a really great flat rate. And if it's not in a flat rate, it goes into a priority box. And so we'll get in that too a little bit later. So if you put reduced shipping in there, which chat doesn't understand, $9.21 for flat rate shipping anywhere in the continental U.S. outside of Hawaii is really super uber cheap. And so we max it out at $9.21. That gives you that reduced shipping costs.
Hey, Savage, we're not running any auctions tonight. We're just doing tips and tricks, but bookmark our show for Friday.
Okay, Savage.
And, come in and check out the cards.
And so basically this will, cap out your buyer's shipping cost, and you can put it in a nice little box. A lot of times people are buying a ton of different things depending on the category you're in, right? So basically this is shipping that we have set up for cards. We don't really do anything more than a flat rate box, but some people are selling glass vases, right? And so you got to make sure that your shipping profiles and settings are set up correctly for your buyer and for yourself to cover each of you. And so at that point, you're going to save your shipping settings, chat. I always put on my content, explicit content, because, there's some F-bombs that may come out of my mouth occasionally. Muted words. Some people put muted words like they don't want to hear anybody say givey. And so if you say givey in their chat, it gets red chatted, right? So you can put in your certain muted words that you want to. So on and so forth. Primary language, so on and so forth. You can promote your show from here. And then you're going to schedule your shows. And so basically what we just did, now you're going to come here to your shows, to my account, profile, shows. And so, oops, gosh darn it. You'll see a ton of shows, and it starts down here in December, and it starts with WNBA. Oh, I only set up one. Why is that? No, I did it wrong. So at that point in time, I should set up 10 shows, right? So what I think I did is when I was in this point right here, and it does not repeat. So it should be weekly, right? And then 10.
Every week.
Oh, so that's what I did wrong, right? I only put one there. Yeah, so then you put the 10 shows, not the every week, 10 shows there. And then you'd hit save chat. And that would set up 10 consistent shows for you.
Welcome in, Chrissy. Good to see you. Welcome back.
And so that way you can start garnering bookmarks, which is really important to, like I said, for algorithms. Usually my bookmarks are really, really high. For some reason, they're quite low this season. But super important to bookmark and follow those people that you go and see all the time. And so like Sean Davis, you'll see that she's running. She's some of our very favorites, Amanda Donut. They are running new sellers as well. And so what else on that? Get into shipping. I'm going to let Yeti do the shipping side of things, chat.
You are so welcome. I'm glad you love it. That's great.
Oh, we love it, Christy. How are you? How are you?
Throw 5 stars our way if you would. That'd be fantastic.
Rating, super important, chat. How you set up your profile, super important, right? This is what's going to bring people into your room. A lot of times people don't hit the show more. So short and sweet up here as you can. Definitely, like I said, whatever it is you do, your mission should go here. You should have a nice logo that lets people know who you are and what it is that you do. Reviews are super important. It's super important as a seller. It's super important if you are a seller leaving a review, like right here, Murph Pup Tech. I know these guys are sellers. I can go right to their page, right? And I can always follow their shows or review their shows. So not only are you leaving a great review for somebody who you like purchasing from, but it's also advertising yourself on their page. And people can click on that super easy and say, oh, who's this? Who's Breaking Wax Trading? And it brings them to your profile. What else? We're going to get into shipping. So Yeti does all the shipping chat. And so we're going to let him kind of sit here and go over the shipping side of things with you. And I think he's probably going to throw it over onto the monitor, I think. But stay tuned for that. So here he comes.
All right, chat. So we'll try shipping here on the phone just because I know most folks do use the phone for everything that they do. But basically for the shipping setup, if you go to the 3 dots there at the top of your seller profile, the inside of that, you can find your shipping. And then when you come to shipping, it's going to bring up these 4 things here. On the computer, it only brings up 3, and then you have to find the shipping profiles in a separate area. And I'll show you guys that in a little bit as well. But basically, if you're going to offer free pickup, you can just hit this and turn it on. If you're not offering it, then don't worry about it. Just leave it off, and it's a non-issue. Mrs. Flip, how are you? Welcome in. For domestic shipping, this is basically where you're going to set everything up. So when you're doing a new show, you're basically, especially in the card world, if you know you're going to send things in envelopes like what BW showed you, these regular mailing envelopes, super thin, you're going to want to have this turned on. So you make sure that that is on every time. And then if you are going to be selling things that go up in weight, and well, it can increase in weight, and you wind up having the max reduced rate shipping set to 921, so everything fits in a flat rate. Go ahead and turn both of these categories onto flat rate, and you can adjust those during the actual shipping and packaging process if something needs to move to one of the other categories. But this is essentially where we leave it, just because it does help speed things up. And we know that most everything is going to fall into these categories for us here at Breaking Wax Trading. And that way, if there is a one-off or 2 during a show, I only have to adjust a couple of items instead of adjusting every item during the shipping process. So hopefully it saves you time when you do that. So once you have that done, hit your save settings on your phone there, and then you can go to your shipping costs, and you can select whether the seller, you as the seller, are going to pay for all the shipping. Therefore, your buyers have free shipping. You can set up to a maximum cost. It doesn't have to be $9.21. We use $9.21 because that is the trigger for the flat rate boxes at the U.S. Post Office. And that way we know that us as sellers will pay the minimal amount that we have to for shipping and any overages. Or you can turn off shipping altogether and have the buyer pay for everything, and then you don't have to worry about paying for anything except for givvies. So choice is up to you on that. It truly is seller preference on how you do that, but we will set ours up this way. So we hit the save settings on that. Now on your phone, you can set up individual profiles. And this is helpful when you have the same thing that you're selling consistently. So if you're selling, say you're selling earrings that you make consistently and you know the weight is going to be 3 ounces with the earrings and the packaging and everything else that goes into it is 3 ounces or less, you can just set up a shipping profile called earrings, and it's helpful if you can spell it. And you can set it for 3 ounces. You can turn on bundling options. You can turn on the maximum numbers you can put into one package if you want to do that. Though at 3 ounces, obviously, you're going to be able to run up a lot before you ever get to any max weight issues. You can also adjust if your first one is, say, 5 ounces, and then everyone after that is 3 ounces, you can do that. Same thing here. Incremental weight, you can change that to 3 if you had this at 5. You can set this for 3. Make that ounces. And then your first package, your buyer is going to pay a little more. And then after that, their shipping cost will be a lower amount every time because it is less incremental weight. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, throw it in the chat. I'm going to look in here real quick just to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I don't see any questions there.
Ask questions, chat. Super important. Let's get engaged.
So once you create those, it puts them right here in this little list. And so you see here we have Givey cards and we have dog bones. When we first started and we're trying to get to our first 1,000 sales, we put in to allow people to buy our dog a treat. And I set it for 1 gram. What that did was that minimized the cost of any shipping in this purchase. We sold them for $1 and 1 gram. So I think they paid a total of like $1.34 or something like that to buy our dog a bone. And what that did was, as a new seller, was that helped us start to increase our sales numbers and allowed us to get to 1,000 sales. And what we did, because you have to ship something when you sell anything, even like this, you've got to ship something because Whatnot's going to track it. So we had these little postcards created, and we did a handwritten note and put his paw print on it and sent that to everybody. So this was a thank you for them supporting us, even though it was just a $1 piece that was purchased by them. They're supporting us, and so we wanted to give them at least something. And since they bought the dog a bone, we figured we'd give them the picture of Ripley.
And chat. And so that went into your plain white envelope, and so that only cost $1.37. So it cost the buyer, roughly $1.37 for shipping. Very, very simple, very easy. 1 card, one picture, 1 sticker in your Givey envelope or your dollar.
Welcome in, Mama Shave. Breakdown Breaks, Ray Rips. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for coming in while we're doing this little tips and tricks. So on the shipping, that's basically it when you're setting up your shows or before you set up your shows. So this is all done in the main profile under your 3 dots, under the main menu, and in the overall shipping profile. That's how you're going to set everything up, or where you go to set everything up. You don't have to set it up exactly like we did, but that's how we do it for all of ours, because on Breaking Wax Trading, it works for us to sell all of the sports cards in the various formats that we sell in. With that said, let's go to the shows. Let's see. We have those in here, and we're going to go.
Sorry, chat. That doesn't refresh.
We're going to go here. Sorry, chat. This is the show that BW just created. Now, in here, we have to go and do a couple of things. First, when you go into your show, turn on your verified buyers. It helps cut down on the BS of people coming in and not having money and things like that. Getting into gulag and basically just derailing your show a lot of times. After you do that, hit edit show, and we'll go to your shipping again in here. Okay, so once we're in here, we're going to go to shipping settings, and we're going to turn on everything to make sure it is all matched. If it's not matched, do the same thing again. So every show, before you start it, check your shipping. We have run into times where we have missed shows that did not have this set up. We thought we were hunky-dory, ran the show, wound up paying $40, $50 in shipping, and then I got in trouble because I assumed Whatnot took care of everything. Don't be a Yeti. Don't make that assumption. Get in there and change all of this, or at least verify that all of this is here. Once you're good there, you can hit that, and you can just double check, make sure that that is good as well. And basically that turns on, or that gives you that extra layer of confidence, because sometimes there are glitches in the system and it doesn't work. So do yourself a favor, make sure that you're checking all of that out. Once you're done, hit the update. It takes you back up. Now our December 5th show is all set and ready to go there. So that's my quick down and dirty run over for shipping. If you guys have questions on shipping, throw them in chat. Let me know. If you got something that you think is bizarre or you don't want to waste time on, send us a DM. You know, we're always helping people who come in and throw questions into the DM, and we'll even go live on a private show with you and help you guys out that way too. I can. All right. So chat, there's different packaging for shipping. We've already shown you basically the first class letter envelope. So these have to remain less than 1/4 of an inch. If this gets fattened up to more than 1/4 of an inch, they're going to send it back to you saying postage is due, and that postage due is like $4. So make sure you're not sending anything. Do what? Put up a Gibby. All right, pause, chat. I got to go to a different computer. I am the worst. Let me see if I can do it from the phone. There we go. That is not the Gibby. Hang on, chat. Did it run? It's running. Look at that. From the phone even. Fantastic. So back to where I was. 1/4 of an inch. If it's more than 1/4 of an inch, they're going to return it to you. They're going to ask you to pay another $3 or $4. Make sure that you're only sending 1, maybe 2 cards. If you're sending anything in a top loader, and then anything beyond that, it really starts to fatten up that envelope. You put 2 top loaders in there, and depending on which post office it's going through, that's too fat. So just keep that in mind about your single envelope U.S. postage first class stamp type setup. So there's that. When you're sending anything basically 3 ounces or more, you have the option of doing it in just a bubble mailer, which you can do. But if you're going to do that, make sure that you're being a hard backer in for high dollar products. So if you've got a product like this and your option is to send it, put something in there that's going to protect this. We usually will tape them down. We put in our business cards and bumper stickers, business cards and breaking wax stickers as well, and then tuck these in, and we'll wrap them up if that's what we wind up doing. But because most of our folks will spend a significant amount of money on the cards that we're selling, we will use that bubble mailer and we'll put it into a box. And I have one made. So you can buy these. We get these boxes here on Amazon. And then once you actually have it all folded up, it looks like this. And then we will still use the bubble mailer. We'll put the card inside, have it all wrapped up, sealed up, lay it flat. We'll tape it down to the bottom of the box, then put the paperwork in on top. And that way it gives that extra layer of protection, especially if they've got a card like this that is not in a slab. Say this is a $300 card. It's wrapped up in the bubble mailer inside the box. and then we tape it closed, get all that good stuff in there. We put a fragile sticker on it just to try to remind the post office to take care of our stuff and send it off to you.
Basically, Chet, you have ground, you have priority, and you have flat rate, right? And so this is perfect ground box. You use a Velveeta box if you wanted to. It just depends on really what you're selling. But basically, you're going to have to pay attention to your labels and what you're shipping out. And so a lot of times your USPS will send it back. So if it says flat rate, then you must use a flat rate box. If it says priority, then you can use a priority box. And you'll see those on, and you can get these boxes for free, Chad, at your USPS, but it must say priority mail, right? And so you'll see those on your labels, Chad. And so super uber important. So priority mail can go in a Velveeta box. It can go into a regular box. It can go into a provided box from your USPS. If it's flat rate, it must go into a flat rate. There's a small flat rate, medium flat rate, large flat rate. Again, you get those from your USPS. Again, it must say flat rate, and you'll see that on your labels. And so basically, you have 4 different types of labels. You have a mailer label that is just your plain white envelope. You have ground. You have, what else? Priority, and you have flat rate, chat, and priority flat rate. Super important to pay attention to your labels. USPS will send it back or charge your customer shipping costs.
All right, chat. Well, she ran through that even more down and dirty than me. So if you got questions on that, Murph Pop, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in, Murph. We love you. If you got questions for me, throw it in chat. Let me know. Eric, how are you? Good to see you guys. All for me is in. Welcome back, family. Appreciate you guys coming back into Breaking Wax Trading as we run through this tips and tricks show.
Good. Thank you for asking. Just kind of going through some tips and tricks. We do it once a month, chat. Kind of go over some basics for new sellers. It's real important to help the new sellers out in the community so they are successful and we can go in their rooms and buy their really great products that they're offering. 30 seconds off on the Givey. This is the end of show Givey. We will rip it at the end to whoever wins that giveaway. We will send the hits only, chat. So we're not going to send all those base cards that come along with it, but we will send you the hits out of it. If it's a downtown, uptown, your town, it's coming to you. So if you guys have any questions, happy to answer any of those questions. If anybody wants to buy my really cool Pokemon, this particular Pokemon is about 3 times the cost of that Caitlin Clark auto. Let's chat about it. DBZ, let's go.
Let's go, Eric. Congrats on that.
DBZ.
Nice card.
What is it that you collect or personally collect? Outside of Dragon Ball Z, because I got none of that, my friend. I got no Dragon Ball Z. All right, Chad, it's basketball time. I'm sure somebody's playing tonight. Let's do the end of show Givey for the 8 of you that are in here. Let's see if anybody can hit a downtown or an uptown. Reese, Brink, Citron, WNBA, and Pokemon. Nice. DBZ, I got some killer Pokemon. As you can see, these 4 here in the window here, but I do have some killer Pokemon, Slabbed and Raw. Murph Pup, what's good? What's good, girl? I know, right? DBZ, it's sick. I think I might get those slabbed up. They're fun. Right? Long day, friend. Long day, I'm sure. All right, where's my peeps? We're getting ready to put up this hanger box. Hangers or bangers, chat. What is that? Yep, we do. What are you doing here? We're running how to do it on a computer, chat. Let's go. Cheer that applause. Woo! All right, Yeti's going to come here and show you guys how to set up new shows on a computer. If you guys have friends that are new sellers, tag them, share the show. And then we'll do the end of show giveaway, and I'll rip that box for y'all. But, oh, you did, girl. I about damn near did my own sutures on myself one time or two. Definitely took them out a time or two. All right, Chad, I can tell you, usually we have the bigger shows on these new tricks and stuff for new sellers. Looks like we are running a little low. So if y'all know any new sellers, tag them, share the show. We're getting ready to kind of go over it really quickly on how to set up a show on the computer if you guys are using laptops or PCs or tabletops, I guess. I'll rip some baseball.
Let's do that. Let's get it set up here. So I'm going to kind of rotate the camera back and forth just because the screen is a little wide. But for the most part, everything we did on the phone is going to be essentially the same here. So what we're going to do is when you open up on the computer screen, all the way on the right-hand side, it's going to show you the schedule a show. So we'll hit that there, and it's going to bring up everything that you just did or everything we just went through on the phone. So we can schedule the show for WNBA break with Yeti. And we're going to set this one just for Saturday. And we're going to set it for, 11 a.m. Change that to A, does not repeat. We're going to do this in sports cards, basketball, and we're going to do a basketball break. And BW is probably going to be at work this day, so it may just be me doing this. Once we're in here, you can select whatever tags you like, retail, hobby, blasters, whatever you like there. And then you can tag your moderators. And so let's say that Murph Pup wants to moderate for us while BW is out and Yeti is running the show. You can pull up Murph Pup, and for whatever reason, she's not coming up. Where you at, Murph? What am I missing here? Why is it not coming up?
You have to put at first.
I do.
Maybe
At 23.
leave that there.
All right. Anyway, you put whoever you tag in here, you can see that it says no, nobody's matching that, but I'm looking right at her profile pic right here on my screen, which is crazy. Sorry, Murph. Again, you can decide if you want to do free pickup. There's a little toggle switch there. You can set your domestic shipping and go in, make sure everything is set up correctly there. So you can see that we've got first class on. You can see that we have the flat rate buttons both toggled in. And so once you verify that that is in good shape, you go to your shipping cost. You see that we've got it at $9.21. So this is all pulling off of that main profile page that I showed you, setting up off of your seller's profile or your seller's hub. You can enable pre-bids if you'd like to do that, and that's just a toggle switch over here, which I did not see on the phone. So I don't know if that's an option on the phone or not. I did not see that there. But if you're going to run things that have pre-bids, you can turn that on. You can set your explicit language for trucker talk, and you can type in your muted words. Now remember, Whatnot already mutes a lot of words already, like Dwana Bonner is going to get muted. If you type in Dwana Bonner, it's going to get red chatted, and not everybody's going to see it, but the seller is going to see it and laugh their butts off. You can set your shows to public or private, and this is what I was talking about before, Chad. If you guys do have personal questions, you want to DM us, we'll set up a private show, and that way we can co-host and we can talk back and forth with you and answer the questions directly that way too. But once you have that all set up, basically you're good to go. You hit the schedule show on the bottom and you're all set up. All of your shipping profiles, all of your other things going on. So you're going to see this. This is the one that we're running on. This is the one we got set up for this weekend. So on this other side, you're going to see a list and a slew of things. And this is where you're able to really get into different things. So you can load all of your inventory into your main shop. You'll do that here on the inventory page, and you just come over and create a new product. And if anybody's needing that, I'm happy to go through that as well. When you come over here to your shipments, this is where everything is going to change. All right. So you see that we've already got a couple givvies in here. When you set up your show, you're going to have basically everything running the way that you have it in your various profiles. So talking about the givvies and the givvy profile I showed you, you're going to see here that this is a max weight of 4 ounces. Now I'm going to show you exactly what that did here. For those of you who have not done this before, we're going to come over here to the little pencil on the far right side of the screen, and we're going to hit that for edit. Now, once we're in that edit, we can change the weight and we can change the dimensions of the package. So for this, we are still going to be shipping with a regular U.S. priority label. So a first class stamp basically is what this is. Okay. It's not using the flat rate box. It is using the priority mail or label, things like that. But this one is actually coming up a first class letter. Within that first class letter, I can change this to a maximum of 3 ounces. When I change that to 3 ounces, you'll see that I have been charged 78 cents, which is reflected over here. Right up in here, you see that for the 2 givvies, we have been charged $1.56. So 78 cents times 2. We've already paid that. I adjusted the weight from 4 ounces to 3 ounces, and there is no additional adjustment. All right, now let me show you this. As soon as I go to 3.6 and we go back down, now they're going to charge me another $3.77. So if you're going to give away a 1 card in a top loader, make sure it is 3 ounces and no more. All right, having it at 3 ounces means that you're able to ship it with no additional cost coming out than what you've already paid in that 78 cents. So we'll save that. And now, I'm sorry, Eric, did not mean to flash that up there. But now you can see that Eric's weight has flashed from 4.4 ounces to now full 3 ounces, which means I can send Eric a card in a top loader in a regular first class envelope and not have to pay any more because of the change in this weight. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that helps you guys out as well.
Show them 5 adjustments, 3 adjustments.
All right. So every week, chat, we get 5 free weight adjustments or package adjustments. So if I were to have to change that, and actually you'll see that once we do this one givey, it's going to go over that. We're going to have to use one of these adjustments today for the end of show givey. But you get 5 a week. And so each time you use one to change the weight or change the dimensions of a box or switch something from ground over to priority or flat rate, you're going to use one of these 5. And this will tick down, and it runs Sunday through Saturday, I believe. And so Whatnot will give you 5 of these free every week. So just use them in moderation. If you are using them, I recommend using them for the most expensive things, the biggest weight changes that you're going to be making, just to keep from having to pay $10 or $15 to ship something on one specific item. If you use them all on your givvies and you're only, getting 3 ounces, and then you've got something that you have to go from 1 ounce item to a 2 pound item, you're on the hook for that $9.21 or whatever the final shipping cost is going to be for that. So keep this in mind and use them sparingly, but it is a great benefit that Whatnot gives us for that. And I've not seen that on any other platform that is used for selling. Once we're back over here on the left side, you can go through and see if anybody has sent you tips. You can go through different analytics for your shows and your finances and your rewards clubs and all the different things that you can set up over on the left-hand side. We aren't really set up to or educated enough to really go into depth on any of that. But what it does do is give you something to look at when you are getting familiarized, for lack of a better term, with Whatnot. What questions? I know I've generated at least some questions, chat. I don't see anything in here.
Chat. There is a lady named at the hot. I'm gonna tag her. Let's see. The hodgepodge place. She does the best tips and tricks. She's been on Whatnot for almost 3 years. She does have a tips and tricks tonight. I'm tagging her because she is the best at it. She has YouTube videos. Welcome in. Has YouTube videos that will help with all of it. So you can go to the Hodgepodge Place on YouTube, and she's got a ton of very, very thorough videos on the back end of Whatnot, on shipping, on all kinds of different things. Now, obviously, we're at Breaking Wax Trading. We just deal with cards, and so we don't have a lot of different dimensions or weights or things of that nature. And so she's very, very thorough for all the new sellers that have, different types of shipping products that they're selling. So I highly I advise following at the Hodgepodge Place. She's super awesome. She doesn't know me. I know her. I go in there and listen to her all the time. She's a ton of fun. So please give her a follow. Definitely take a look at her YouTube videos for new sellers. They're very thorough. She does nice presentations on big cardboard pieces like a teacher would. Welcome in, Coach Patrick. Welcome in. And so we're going to get ready to do this end of show give you. If there's no questions, chat, we're going to go watch some basketball. We're going to run on Friday some WNBA. We got lots of new product in. Please bookmark that show and give us a follow. I think we're going to do some either Rip and Ship or some WNBA breaks. I'm not quite sure, but we got definitely some new product to take a look at and open up. And so we'll see you guys on Friday. Let's get in that giveaway chat. There's one person. We are giving this away. End of show give chat. Hits only. We're going to let it run the 5 minutes. So get in. There could be in downtown and uptown and every town in there. You never know. You can find something gold, something really good. We're only shipping the hits. We're not shipping base cards, chat. Not shipping the base cards.
Let's go, chat. Let's go.
What time is it? I think Hodge comes on at like 7:30 here really soon. So I'd like to see if we can't raid her with our 5 people. Coach Doug, welcome in. Get in that giving, everyone. This is for a hanger banger right here. Sealed hanger banger. We're going to rip it. I'm going to ship you the hits only out of this box.
It's only in the giving.
These have your uptowns and downtowns. Uptown is new this year to Don Russ Optic. Quite the value here for free, chat. You may hit a big, big banger. So get in that giveaway. We're going to rip it and we'll ship you the hits only. The hits only, chat. Breaking Wax Trading, FYI, does all sports. Check out our shop. There's over 700 items in that store. If you are a new seller, I do advise you add items to your store. It helps with the algorithms. It helps when people are searching on Google to bring them to your profile, your shows, and brings new buyers to Whatnot. So it certainly helps out with that. We love you, Murph Pup. Thanks, girl. I don't know if we're legends, but we're just here for the hobby. We're here for the love of it. We're here for our community here in Southwest Colorado in the Four Corners. So that's really what matters most, right?
Welcome in, Sully.
We love you. Thank you. Chat. And to show Givey, getting that Givey, there is literally 2.5 minutes. There's 3 people in that giveaway. 1 of 3. That's a great. Dave, we love you. Thank you so much. Extend it. Get in a Givey, y'all. Get in that Givey. I want to pull an uptown or a downtown for someone out of this bad boy. I do. Scar Wheel, welcome in. Get in the Givey chat. Get in that Givey.
Now the numbers are going up.
Get in the Givey chat. There's 2 minutes. It is for a hanger banger of NFL Optic. We are looking for downtowns and uptowns in this bad boy, or at least a Jaden Daniel Silver or Scope.
Dave's waiting for him to drop midtowns.
I know, right, Dave? I can't believe we have it. Chrissy, not very long. So we've been running about a year. And so we run once a week 2 hours a day, 2 hours a week, basically, not very long. And so basically, it's a slow roll. We've been more focusing on getting our branding done, our website done. Ultimate goal is a brick and mortar in our small town in the Four Corners. And so, Whatnot is just a stepping stone for that to get to that space. So for about a year, just to answer your question. Just been kind of really having a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing it. A lot of fun, a lot of craziness, a lot of ups and downs. It's a grind, chat. You have to either you're going to do this every day for your job, or you're going to do it like we do and do a slow roll and do it for the hobby and because you're having fun. Some people do it for a living, obviously, on Whatnot. And so, just depends on what you're wanting to get out of your sales or just the hobby in general. So I like pulling the cards. I like, exchanging the cards and buying cards from people, slabbing cards. I mean, it's all really, really a fun hobby for me. Let's go, chat. You got 20 seconds for this box. We got 5 people in there. Right, Chrissy? It started off as, it started off really Pokemon, with 151 for me. But I collected as a kid in the junk wax era. I'm a Denver Broncos fan, so it was, more John Elway and Broncos crap that never sold for anything or had any value. And then a Jordan fan. And so I'm new to the WNBA like everybody else. I was chasing collegiate Caitlin Clark and Paige Bickers. Let's go, Tigers. Couldn't have gone to a better guy. Let's do it, Dave. Just so you know, we're only shipping those hits, my friend.
Good luck, my friend. Good luck.
Last off the bench, how are you? All right. Let's hit a Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix downtown. I would cry, David. I'm just telling you right now, I'd cry. I was a Bo Nix. I'd cry with happiness, with happy tears.
I'm glad you did. Last off the bench. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back.
We're happy you did. It's good to see you.
All right. Remember, chat, this is hits only on this giving.
All right. I'm going to run right through those.
Shadow in the room.
Let's go. Shadow, how are you, friend?
All the legends come in at the end of the show.
Keenan Allen. I know, right when they gave away. Patrick Holmes, my house. Primary colors, Xavier Worthy. And rated rookie, Braylon Allen. Boo. And Brendan Rice. All these are coming to you, my friend. Not bad, not bad.
Good, Shadow. That's great. Great to hear it.
Good to see you, Shadow. All right, chat. These and Optic just go in the trash. Just so you know. They just go right into the trash. Chat, see, you want to break football with me because we get right to it, don't you? I'm going to go through all those damn base cards.
Juan Dizzle, welcome in.
What up, Dizzle? Right? Dave, I love Patty Mahomes too. So my buddy, he streams on here, and his screensaver for his show was Patty Mahomes twerking. It was freaking hilarious. Mahomes came out of the card and he was twerking. I have to learn how he does that. It was some of the best shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Hawkeyes, welcome in. Hey, you guys want to do some WNBA? I'm happy to sell some stuff. If anybody wants to rip some personals, I do have Select and I do have Prism WNBA and many other things. So if you're new to the chat, which it looks like nobody is. Nobody is.
Nobody's doing it.
I was gonna do a swing around. Say hi, Eddie. Oh, look at this microphone he's got in my face. There's Eddie. He's the chat.
He's the bad guy, chat.
He's the bad guy tonight, chat.
I'm only the bad guy when we're live on Whatnot.
More ethnic home breakers.
No kidding.
That is nuts.
I did not hear anything about that.
Solo Monkey, welcome in. I didn't hear anything about it. Of course, I've been anti-news for about 6 months.
Solomon Key?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yamamoto, wow. That sucks.
No way.
Humans suck sometimes, chat.
Was he home? He probably wasn't home, right?
He's probably out on the road at a game.
I love Yamamoto. Matter of fact, I love baseball. I was just ripping some while Yeti was
Flapping his guns.
flapping his guns. That's right. I think I pulled a really nice Yamamoto in here somewhere.
That's what I figured.
I like Shata too. I got 3 gold cups in that. That's pretty rare. All right, chat. Where are we going next? Let's go see. Is the hodgepodge on yet?
No, I just looked.
Dizzle, I agree. It is unfortunate and has happened for others, you know. Look at the Lohan crew. Remember Lindsay Lohan and all her people, and then they started breaking into movie stars' houses and like Paris Hilton stealing shit from them? Crazy peeps. Sean's on. Let's go to Sean. Right, the Brat Pack. All right, we're going to go raid Sean, chat.
Yeti Horns in the chat.
Chrissy, we adore you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for.
We'll see you Friday, chat. We're going to be on Friday. We're going to do some WNBA. Come party with us. Hang out with us. Show us some love and support. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.